Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Freedom Network channel. I am your host. My name is Renelle, and welcome. I want to welcome you. Come on in. Come on in. If it's love, if it's joy, if it's peace, if it's comfort, if it's inspiration that you're looking for, come on in. Come on in. You will not leave the same. You're going to get what you came for. Just come on in expecting, have an expectancy. I welcome you. So today I want to talk about a topic. Let's just say they shall know you by your fruit. We'll just go off of that, okay? People will know you by your fruit. By the fruit that you bear, people will know you. They will know you while on this earth. They will know of you when you're gone from this earth. So keep in mind, the fruit you bear is what others will know, love, hate, judge you by. So it's very important what you bear, right? So I want to talk about, again, I'm still on this with everything with family. Everything is about family, love, family, for family, friends. That's just where I'm at this season. If I wanted to, I couldn't leave this place. So just understand and be careful what you ask for. Going through a trying time with family, with close friends, and I ask God, show me. Show me why things is like they are. Show me. And because I asked that, that's exactly what God did. And I am being held accountable for what I learn and what I share and don't share. So I am just coming. I'm not coming in the office of anybody but myself. Call it maybe a teaching, an inspiration, whatever. But when you take on the role as a teacher, you got to know what you're doing, because the Bible says the teachers are going to be held accountable. And he's going to judge teachers harshly. Why? Because you know better. And when you know better, you do better. And you help others do better. So some of the things I've read, yes, a lot of the things, it was an ouch for me. It hurt, I'm guilty of it. But guess what? I got to make a difference in this world. I got to be the change I want to see. So even though, it cuts and it hurts, I got to learn from it. And then once I do, I'm responsible to go out and share that experience with others and hope to help free them. And that's only because I know that if I'm going through it, chances are there's somebody else going through it. You think about how many times do we go through storms and things silently, and we sit back and you're blessed to come out of it? Those silent things that nobody else know about but you. Your mate don't even know about some of those things that you went through. Your family don't know, because all you want them to see you as is this strong person that always have it together, that always have all the answers. I can't let them see me be weak. So you go through that storm all by yourself. And there's people out there that you can help get through the same storm. There's people that are going through that same storm that you went through. But because you think you're on this journey by yourself, or you think that this journey is a race, and that is given to the swift and not the strong, that, if I just hurry up and be fast and get to this finish line, I don't have to worry about nobody else. So you don't share nothing that you go through. Shame on you. Shame on you. You're being put in a place of a teacher, and you need to teach. You need to teach. Let me just go in here one moment. Look at my notes here. Because I really want to get to a point, you know, where I just come on here and I'm just really like, whatever God tells me to say, I'm going to say it. It's not about no notes, because sometimes I get on here and get to saying something and I feel like God is taking me a whole different direction. So just know, if that happens, you'll probably see, well, she started off on this and now she over here. That may happen. But again, so talking about character and about love and bearing fruit, good fruit. Let people know who you are, because like I said, once you're gone, you're gone. You don't get a chance to rewrite things or to make things better. At that point, all they know is who you were. So that's why it's important. If you're leaving a legacy and you're leaving a history, it's very important. I had a family member that just recently passed away, and I attended the homegoing ceremony. And it was truly a homegoing ceremony, because people had nothing but good memories about our loved one that passed away. Nothing but good memories. She was a wonderful, wonderful woman. Everybody said the same thing. Whenever they seen her, she was always joyous. She loved children. She loved family. She happened to be the oldest on our side of the family, so she was our matriarch. She was our queen. And now she did what she was supposed to do on earth. She was a pioneer woman. You know, as I went forth to speak on her, that's what God gave me. God told me to share with the family who she was. God said, they know who she, let's see, how did he say it to me? He said, they know who she is or who she was, but they don't understand who she was. That's what it was. So God showed me the strength in her and how she has gone on now to glory, and now she's taken a seat in our history. Well, God said she was a pioneer woman. She came from the south to the north. She packed up her bags and she decided she wanted better for herself. At this time, it was just her. She wanted a better, better life, better everything. She was grateful for her parents and all that they've given her in that area. But now it was time for her to travel on. Her journey began. She took a journey up north. Once she got there, she met a wonderful man. She had children. She had wonderful children. She raised a family. She kept her children close-knit. She taught them in the ways that they should go. She showed them how to love and care for one another. She made the older ones take care of the younger ones. That's the Titus II woman. Teaching the older women, the younger children, how to take care of the younger and the older sometimes. She did that. She became that Proverb 31 woman. She ran her household. She was a homemaker. She took care of her children. She raised them from babies on up without help. She didn't bring in a nanny or take them to daycare. She raised them up. Her husband was very successful, had a very successful and lucrative business. He was known. The Bible says the Proverb 31 woman husband is known in the gates everywhere he go. Everywhere her husband went, he was known. He put everything he had into his children. He trained them up, those that wanted to know the business, because he knew one day he would not be there to take care of the business. He raised up one of the children to handle all of the finances within the business. And this wonderful woman, my dear relative, again, everywhere she went, she made everyone comfortable. She made them welcome. She made them smile. And I will tell you, her remains that was laid to rest, she looked so beautiful, like a queen. She looked beautiful. Guess what? While she was here and on her journey, good things were said about her. Those same good things are going to be said about her now that she's gone. When we talk about our family history, her name will be mentioned. Because not only did she take care of others, but she remembered her family. She loved her family. There was nothing but family members there at her homegoing saying how well she treated her family. Because how many of us know we'll treat the world better than we treat our family? We'll give the world the shirt off our backs. But let one of our family members ask. I'm done. I'm not giving them nothing else. All they do is beg. They can go out and get it. They got the same opportunities that I've had. Again, they'll know us by the fruit that we bear. The way you raise your family, you shall be known by that. I've taken a lot of time with my children. I've tried my best to teach my children in the way that they should go, so that as they get older and older and older, they won't depart from that. My children know family. Family means a lot to them. And I'm so honored and grateful. My relative that just passed away at 88 years old, my children, again, we're talking about legacies and history being made, you know, especially with history now being taken out of the schools. You know, they want to take histories out of the schools, so guess what? We got to create our own. We got to talk about our own history. And I'm so grateful that I have raised up children that my 88-year-old relative that just passed away, I have stories in my heart because my children, I got a chance to see my children serve her and honor her as one of the oldest members in our family. They took care of her. They sat at her feet. They asked her, you know, anything that she needed. They brought it to her. There was times that they had the opportunity to do that. So anytime my children came up in her mind, there was good thoughts. I didn't have to worry about her saying, oh gosh, those children, they weren't raised right. Because if you know me and you know my children, we come in love and peace. We ain't coming no other way. We're just coming in love and in peace. And I tell you, coming in love, you guys, has cost me so much in life. It has cost me so much. It has caused people to want to abuse me, to talk about me, to call me out of my name, call me foolish, call me stupid. Yeah, because I care about my family and because I'm there for my family, and they feel that, you know, maybe I should be selfish and only care about myself. I'm going to tell you, I thank God that he didn't listen to me on that day that I was really frustrated because I had really gotten hurt by some people that I thought really loved me and that I loved. I'm talking about love dearly. And just one day I said, God, you might as well change my heart. Make me like them. When it comes to them, that's what I say. When it comes to them, change my heart, Lord. Make me like them. They don't care. Make me not care. That's where I was at. Because I was like, I'm done. I can never love them like that again. Never. The way they treated me, I could never love them like that again. That lasts all about 10 seconds. And God said, why do you think I created you like I did? He said, what is your focus? What do you look at as success? He said, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be people that are going to be on top. That's going to appear to be on top. He said, but just know that's not the top. And I had to think about that. You know, it was like, that's not the top. See, somebody else's top that they think they're on is only their ceiling. It's not God's top. Because see, what they don't realize, they think they've made it. I'm here, I'm there, I did that. But they don't know. They got a little more to go. They got a ways to go. So you never ever worry about how people treat you or what people have, or look at them as the blueprint. There's not a person in this world, I don't care what you've done, what you've accomplished, where you're going, you are not my blueprint. My blueprint has my name on it. My blueprint was established the day I was born. Anybody can copy it, they can imitate it, they can do whatever they want. But you don't have the blueprint. So there's no need for me to worry. There's no need for me to fret. No need for me to doubt God. Doubt anything that he told me. Anything that he showed me. Competition? With what? With whom? For what? There's no reason. There's no need. My goal is to bear fruit, sweet, tasty fruit. Fruit that's enjoyable by anybody that comes in contact with me. You know, you got some people say, I don't care what people think about me. They're going to think whatever they want. I don't care. And that's fine. Some people don't care. But if you're on an assignment from God and you have to reach out to others, you should start caring. Because it's the way you treat people that's going to determine how far you go. And don't think, some people, that's okay, don't nobody know but God knows. God sees it. And how dare you think that you can keep on going and going and going? That's just it. God's going to bless. He wants to bless us all. He wants to see us all blessed. He's no respecter of person. So just because things is looking good for you now, sweetie, there's a later. And you want your latter days to be greater than your former days. You don't want those latter days to be, you don't want to have greater in your former and in your present, and then now you get to your latter and now you got to reap because of some things that you sowed that in your heart wasn't right. Now your latter years that's supposed to be your greater years, you're sowing. You're reaping. You're reaping. Love. It's so easy. Love is so easy. It's so much easier than hate. It takes so much more to hate somebody, because to hate somebody, and you can say what I don't hate them. I don't this and that. I don't have no issues with them. If you are putting your mouth on people falsely accusing them, talking about them, belittling them to try and make yourself look better. You know, you're in a company and someone is praising them or mentioning them in good company, and you go all out your way and try and badmouth them, or you know in your heart, you feel that thing in your heart when somebody brings up somebody's name and it just burns you up on the inside. You know why it burns you up on the inside? It burns you up on the inside because you are in competition with that person, and you shouldn't be. Because if I'm in a room with someone and they're talking about a family member of mine or a friend of mine, and if I truly love them, I'm going to bring addition. I'm not going to subtract from the conversation. I'm going to add to that conversation. You know what? You're absolutely right. Oh, girl, let me tell you, I love them. I know what you're talking about. Man, that's my heart. I'll do anything for that person. Oh, I love them dearly. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that story with me. You know, I'll even share some of my own. Because now, guess what? We're building that person up. But if somebody say, oh, I love this person, da da da, they're this, they're that, and you, yeah, but you know what? They really not all of that. What you don't know is she does this and she does that. You better be careful. You better be careful. And another thing. Don't go getting mad when those words get back. That's the one thing we need to do. God says guard our tongues, our mouths. We're supposed to guard our words, because once they come out, you can't take that back. And then what do? Now you mad at the person for telling what you said. Now you done got mad because they done went back and told. You know, you done told. Sometimes you tell them keep it a secret. Sometimes you don't. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. And I thank God, because I kid you not, you guys, I would not lie to you. And why, I really don't fully understand, but I'm getting an understanding of it. People have always come to me and told me, be careful. I'm like, what do you mean? You know, I see the circles you hang with, and I watch you, and I believe you have a loving and kind heart, and you truly love everybody that you're around, you know, your family, your friends. And I'm like, yeah, I just do. I love people. If God has placed you in my presence, then that means you're meant to be in my life. And it's easier. It's just easier for me. It's easier for me to genuinely love you than to genuinely hate or despise you. Because if I despise someone, you'll know it, because I'm not going out my way to be in your presence. But if I love you, even if I don't come around you, I'll say something every now and then to let you know I still love you. So honestly, I can say, I don't think there's nobody that I truly despise, because that's such a strong word, a strong characteristic, that you got to go get your heart checked out, because there's something in your heart that's not right. Don't nobody need to tell you that. You know that on your own. Go get your heart checked out. That's not of God. Don't you run around thinking that you serving a God that's okay with that. He's not. He's not. You go lay down before the Lord and ask God to do surgery on your heart or something in the spirit. Get that stuff out of you. But so yeah, you know, then we want to get mad again. I ain't forget about that. I almost forgot my spot, my place, but I gotta talk about that, because we want to get mad because people go back and say what we said. Oh, well, I told them in confidence and they shouldn't have said nothing. But I tell you, every time, you guys, and I think it's only because people have witnessed the genuine love that I have with people. they'll let me know. And a lot of times, oh God, I wish they wouldn't have. Because if I didn't know, I wouldn't have to deal with it. And 9 times out of 10, too, I already know. I got an idea. I already knew. I had an idea that, the people was talking about me, behind my back. I had an idea. But now, someone has actually told me, so I have to deal with this. I have to process this. And then you got people, well, I don't think that was fair. They shouldn't have said nothing. They told them that in confidence. Well, I think it's fair because what you let out your mouth, it goes into this earth. And be it good, it'll do good things. Be it bad, it's going to be destructive. It's going to tear down. It's going to hit the heart. It's going to pierce the heart of someone that you called yourself loving. That's a hurtful thing. I'm telling you guys, that is a hurtful thing. There's nothing worse to me than to find out someone, and especially you see it all the time in marriages, a spouse that you love so dearly, and you're out, or you're out somewhere. Now you're no longer together. You're divorced, and somebody tells you that, I'm glad that you're no longer with that person, because little do you know, that person didn't have your best interest in mind or in heart. They didn't love you the way you love them. Then they just start telling you things, and that's hurtful. You got to process those things. You got to deal with those things. Now you wondering if the whole relationship was a lie. So now you're like, okay, well, when did it go wrong? When did they stop loving me? Now you dealing with rejection, abandonment. You're dealing with all kind of issues. You just barely got out of the situation. You barely made it out. And now you think you're in your right mind. You finally then started to heal and move on. And then now you got to deal with this. The little things that you thought was the truth was a lie. Same thing in friendships. You're hanging with somebody, you loving them, and y'all the best of friends. This your brother. My brother, I'll do anything for this brother. This my sister. I love her. I love her dearly. All to find out they didn't love you the same way. Now you're dealing with, wow, I gave out all that love. But Lord, did they ever love me? When did it stop? Why was I so blind? Why didn't I see that? And first thing you do, you put them guards up. Tell you what, I'm never going to love like that again. I'm never going to let nobody use me like that again. So now all those true ones that truly love you, it's hard for you to truly receive the love or give it back to them. Family. That's your family. They love you. How could you go out, talk to a stranger, and put your mouth on them? Did they do anything to you? Did they hurt you? Even if they did, you're wrong. Because you should have went to them and you should have told them how you felt. Because guess what? If you would have told them how they felt, you would have given them a chance to apologize. You just don't go out hurting people because you think you're better. Do you know in God's eyes, He's disgusted? You think you're better, but you're actually worse. Because you're tearing down. He's busy building up, and you're busy tearing down. You tearing down what He's building up. Think about that. Whatever you say against somebody, imagine tearing them down. Imagine stoning them, because that's what you're doing. You don't know what that person had to go through to build the character and to be the person that they are at just at that moment. That's not even fully who they're called to be, but it was a struggle for them to get there. And now you want to go and tear down that? Some people can't come back from that. And that's blood on your hands. Anybody that you wronged, you owe it to God to make it right. You still living and prospering is God's gift to you. What you do to build back up others and help them prosper is your gift back to God, because you owe him. You can never repay him, but you owe him. Because just imagine if every time we put our mouth on one of God's children, he struck us down, it'd be nobody on this earth. There'd be a lot of dead people. So God is merciful. But don't take him for granted. So yes, again, every time. I'm going to tell you, it's so deep. Y'all, there's been times I have been laying in my bed, trying to go to sleep, close my eyes, and I hear voices. Voices of people that I know, loved ones, friends, family, whomever. And they're having conversations. And it's like, am I asleep? Am I dreaming? And I'm like, hello, hello. I can hear you. I can hear what you're saying about me. And I know that that's God warning me of those people. It's like and a lot of times I will say it's some of it, it's like it'll come clear. And then the rest of it is like muffled. So you can't put together the full conversation. And God is so awesome and amazing, because I know that that's God, because it's just like, I ain't finna give you no full conversation, because I know you would lose your mind if I did. You can't handle that. You can't handle the full conversation, but I am going to warn you. So you hear these voices. It could be, sometimes it's people that I know dearly. Sometimes there's some voices I hear that I don't know. And that used to confuse me until all of a sudden I'm somewhere and I'm introduced to somebody. And you may have had this happen where you're introduced to somebody and you like, I know you from somewhere. Or your voice is so familiar to me. Right? Now it makes sense. Right away, God was warning you way back then. You be careful. Be careful about this one right here. He was warning you of the ones that's to come. Take heed in that. Don't take that lightly. I used to, God showed me that stuff, and because I'm thinking, my heart is just so big and God wants me to be this way, and I would just keep on going and, trying to love on these people that had no intentions on loving on me. Why? I don't know, because we've never sat down and had the conversation. Why I'm hated by them, I don't know. I may never know. But I don't understand it, because I am them. They are me. They're me. We're one of the same. We cut from the same cloths. We run the same circles. We love the same people. Why? I've never ever looked at myself as a threat to no one. And I've never looked at anyone as a threat to me. So again, because when I leave this earth, all I want my family and my friends and loved ones to talk about is the fruit that I bear. I want somebody to stand up and say, oh, that was a tree right there. That woman bared some fruit. She loved till she couldn't love no more. all of these videos that I'm putting together on family and on love. I'm doing this because I'm coming I am a teacher. I'm a motivator. I'm a coach. I'm an inspiration to a lot of people. And I have a lot to say. I have a huge heart that I want to share with the world. And I want these videos to live long after me. I want my children's children that I won't never meet. I want somebody to be able to show them a video of their great grandmother talking about love. Everything else will be outdated. The video itself will be outdated. So hopefully they'll transfer them over as time goes, so they'll be able to continue to watch them. All of this stuff, my hair, my jewelry, my clothes, the kids will be laughing because all of this will be outdated. Even the place that I'm doing this video in, the techniques, the technology that I'm using. Imagine that. None of that won't even matter. It'll all be obsolete, ancient. But the words that's coming out my mouth will remain potent. They will still be a message of love. It will still be relevant. I don't care what time you're in. These words will be relevant. And they will know that I came in love and that I love them so much that I planned accordingly. I thought about them long before they came. And I sat down and I put my feelings and my insecurities and my failures aside. But I sat down to teach them. I sat down to establish history for them. Whatever you do it in love, come in peace, learn humility. Those will open the doors of many places that you need to go and that you're trying to go. Never think yourself better than nobody. And another thing, anything that you've acquired, accomplished, established on this earth, when you leave, like they say, you won't see no U-Haul bringing none of that stuff with you. You're going to go in that grave. Your body going to go in that grave. And ain't nothing going in there with you but the clothes on your back. So there's no reason. I've never seen nobody leave this earth in their casket. I've never seen all of their degrees, all of their plaques, all of their awards that they received throughout their lifespan. I've never seen nobody say, well, let me bring their car. They had just got this brand new car. We got to set this car. We got to park the car in the graveyard because this was their car. They had a house. They had this. They had that. She knew how to dress all her clothes, pack up all her clothes. Because we're gonna have her closet right. We got to have all of this stuff out here at her graveside. I've never seen it. And you know why? Because it does not matter. Naked, you gonna go out just like you came in. You came in the same way. So therefore, you don't ever let nothing make you think that you're better. Anything that the Bible says that the moths can come in and eat up, that can depreciate. Cars, houses, they appreciate the minute you obtain them. The minute you obtain them, they depreciate. That's saying something. But the love in you, that can remain forever. And what's in you radiates outside of you. I never take it for granted when people say you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. I just smile and I always say thank you, thank God, because guess what? That means in this moment, I got it right Because guess what, God? They saw you. They saw you. And I'm a reflection of the God that I serve, not one that somebody has taught me. This is a God that I have a relationship with. Not one that, again, I just know about on Sundays. This is one I have a relationship with. This is one that talks to me and I talk back to him. This is one that sits with me and we talk and we fellowship. This is one that tapped me on my shoulder and say, you know that wasn't right. You go make that right. And this one that taps me on my shoulder and say, okay, you wasting time. I told you get it together. And I'm like, I know, Daddy, I'm going. I'm going to do it. Because that's me. It's a lot of things, Daddy, I know I'm going to do it. So, all right. I'm going to keep telling you. That's the God I know and serve. People, be blessed. I love you guys. I love you guys. God bless you. And I can't wait to sit and talk with you again soon. Have a great day. God bless.